I can still hear the way she said it. Soft, almost playful, like she was daring me to react. "I've got a date," she said, her tone light, careless, as if it meant nothing. The words drifted between us like shards of glass. The hum of the TV disappeared, and suddenly, the ticking clock on the wall sounded like thunder. My wife, Hannah, sat across from me, legs crossed, scrolling through her phone like she just mentioned running late for a meeting, not that she was about to meet another man. For a second, I thought she was joking. We'd been married 7 years. 7 years of laughter, plans, slow mornings, and quiet nights. She was once the kind of woman who smiled at strangers, cried during movies, and told me that if she ever lost me, she wouldn't know how to breathe. But lately, something had shifted. It began subtly: late nights at work, sudden girls' dinners that never appeared in her friends' stories, a new perfume she swore she'd found on sale. The same scent that clung to her coat long after midnight. So when she said she had a date, nothing shattered inside me. Everything just went still. I set down my coffee, leaned back, and asked, "With who?" Her smirk faltered, that practiced half-smile people wear when they've already prepared your reaction. "You don't get to ask that," she said breezily, tucking her hair behind her ear. "We both agreed to take space. You said you needed time to focus on yourself. This is me doing that." That was her justification. A twisted echo of a talk we'd had weeks earlier when she said she didn't feel fulfilled. I thought that meant therapy, late-night honesty. She thought it meant dating. I didn't yell. Didn't even flinch. I just said, "Then I guess I should cancel mine." That made her pause. Her phone froze mid-scroll, and for the first time in months, she looked at me, really looked. "You what?" I shrugged. "You're right. We said we'd take time. So yeah, I have a date tonight too." It wasn't true, not yet. But I knew exactly how it would hit her. The silence that followed was heavy enough to drown in. Her smug smile vanished, replaced by a flash of something real: jealousy, maybe fear. She laughed, that forced kind of laugh that never reaches the eyes. Wow, that was fast. "Who is she?" I met her gaze. "Someone who listens when I talk. Someone who doesn't look for the exit every time things get hard." Her expression cracked. For a second, I thought she might apologize. But she didn't. She muttered something about me playing games and walked out. The sound of the door closing echoed through the apartment like the last note of a dying song. I sat there for a long time, staring at my half-empty mug, wondering when exactly we stopped being us. Later that night, I actually made plans. Not a date, not really. Just dinner with Melissa, an old coworker I hadn't spoken to in over a year. She'd texted weeks ago, asking to catch up. I'd never replied. But now, it felt like fate had waited for this moment. When I walked into the restaurant, I wasn't thinking about revenge. I wasn't thinking about Hannah at all. I just wanted to feel seen, to talk without walking on eggshells. Melissa smiled when she saw me. A genuine smile. No games, no expectations, just warmth. We talked for hours. No flirtation, only connection. But when I came home, everything felt different. Hannah's shoes were still by the door. Her coat still on the couch. Lights off. Her charger gone. She hadn't come home, and I didn't call. Because deep down, I already knew. She didn't return that night. Or the next. By the third day, the silence wasn't painful anymore. It was numb. Her toothbrush was still in the holder, her sweater draped on the chair, ghostly reminders of a woman who used to fill the house with laughter. I didn't chase her. Not because I stopped caring, but because, for once, I wanted to see what happened if I didn't. When she finally came back, 5 days later, it was early morning. The key turned, the door creaked. She stepped in wearing the same grey coat I'd bought her for Christmas. Her eyes were swollen, her hair a mess. For the first time in forever, she didn't look composed, she looked lost. I said nothing. Just sat at the kitchen table with my coffee, the same as that morning she'd broken the news. She hesitated, then whispered, "We need to talk." I gestured to the chair. "Go ahead." Her hands trembled. "It wasn't what you think," she said, voice cracking. "It was just dinner." I thought. I don't even know what I thought. I just wanted to feel alive again. But instead, I felt empty. I know, I said quietly. Tears filled her eyes. I thought you'd be angry, that you'd yell or leave. But you didn't. You acted like you didn't care, and that scared me more than anything. I took a slow sip of coffee. Maybe I stopped trying to hold on to someone who'd already let go. Her face broke. I don't want to lose you, Daniel. Please. I got so used to thinking you'd always be there. But when you said you had a date, she swallowed, I realized I could actually lose you. I didn't answer right away. Part of me wanted to believe her. The other part remembered the way she smiled when she said she had a date, like it was a win. I didn't really have a date, I admitted. I just wanted you to feel what I've been feeling for months, that quiet fear of not being enough. She cried harder. So, what now? I looked at her, really looked. The woman I once promised forever to. The one who used to trace constellations on my arm when we couldn't sleep. The same woman who built invisible walls between us until I couldn't reach her anymore. I don't know, I said. But I can't keep pretending everything's fine. The morning light poured across the table, illuminating the distance between us more clearly than words ever could. She reached for my hand. Can we start over? I wanted to. God, I did. But once trust breaks, it never fits the same way again. I stood, walked to the window, and said softly, I think we both need to find out who we are without each other first. That was the last real conversation we had. A month later, she moved out. We signed the papers quietly, two people agreeing that the song they loved no longer played the same tune. Life went on. I started running again, picked up photography, reconnected with people I'd lost. It wasn't easy, but there was peace in rediscovering myself. Then one afternoon, I got a text from an unknown number. I saw your photos online. You look happy. I'm glad. H. I stared at it for a moment, then smiled. Not out of spite, but closure. Because sometimes, the best revenge isn't anger or regret, it's peace. It's healing quietly and walking away with grace. And that's exactly what I did.